know a shortcut.
One of the most underrated games from the beginning of last generation was Ty the Tasmanian Tiger. It had a unique sense of humor, a great gameplay style, and a level of accessibility that made it great for all ages. I was really excited when the game's sequel was released in 2004, and I was not disappointed with how the game turned out. The sequel takes the best from the first game and runs with it to create a fantastic experience. This is Ty the Tasmanian Tiger 2, Bush Rescue for the original Xbox.
Boys, enjoy your meal.
Going to first start off with what I consider to be Bush Rescue's weakest point, the story. Boss Cass, the villain from the first game, is immediately broken out of jail at the beginning of this one and escapes, with Ty vowing to catch him. The first thing to run through my mind when this happened was, is that really the best you can come up with? It's the most standard sequel premise there can be, but the game's humor returns in full force, with Ty delivering plays on words that other characters never seem to notice, but you as the player do. The setting of the game is also improved, with some variation in the areas you'll be going to. Gameplay in Ty the Tasmanian Tiger 2 is very similar to the first game. Ty still has his boomerangs, the ability to bite, and his gliding, and many of the same enemies still show up. However, the robot sections that the game mixes in, much like the next game, are actually the best part of the whole thing. These give Ty a sense of power that his little 2-feet-tall self really can't have. A section involving a mortar also helps to mix things up, but these aren't used often enough to make you think you're not playing a Ty the Tasmanian Tiger game. In fact, I wish they were used a little bit more. I just love the tone and style that Krome Studios used in it as well. Enemies and allies both have a certain over-the-top attitude that fits perfectly with the dry, emotionless humor that Ty has. While every other character is yelling about how Boss Cass escaped and started his own little country to get diplomatic immunity, Ty just quietly calls it an immunity community. Little things like that are what make it so entertaining. Bush Rescue also gives us a kart racing mode, and it's really not worth playing. The controls are extremely slippery, the tracks are boring, the power-ups aren't interesting, and the collision detection makes the whole experience needlessly frustrating. They put this on the main menu like it's an equal to the other mode included in the game, but make no mistake, it is not. Ty the Tasmanian Tiger 2 doesn't really offer much improvement to the graphics from the first game, but what it does fix is the sometimes molasses-like frame rate that it had. To be honest, the game is still pretty impressive for an Xbox game, and now that it runs really smooth, it's even better. If you're looking for more Ty the Tasmanian Tiger, then Bush Rescue is a definite buy. Although the game does feature some pretty stupid plot elements, the gameplay and humor more than make up for it. This is also a great choice for parents looking to get something a little better than the average kids game for their children.